Hey guys, SasaBob here, and today we're going to be talking about Haliey Welch, better known as the Tuah girl. More specifically, why is she famous for literally no reason? So if you don't know who I'm talking about, Tuah, not to be confused with the ancient Malaysian warrior Hang Tuah, is an internet celebrity whose claim to fame is saying this in a street interview.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
You gotta give him that Tuah and spit on that thing, you get me?
Now this is usually the part where I would elaborate further, but just like I have to tell women in the bedroom, I'm sorry, that's all I got. Because somehow Haliey Welch has turned this 5-second clip into a viral internet career, complete with merch, podcast interviews, and even celebrity appearances. But how exactly does one go from drunk street interview to throwing the first pitch at a Mets game? Well, the story starts where all great stories start, with alcohol and a girls' night out. The original video comes from a YouTube channel called Tim and D TV, which is one of those channels that do drunk street interviews in order to farm viral clips.
How do you get over a breakup?
The only way to get over one is get under another. Amen.
Clips from this video ended up going viral on TikTok, with the most infamous example obviously being the Tuah part. But just like a Charmander to Charizard, it eventually evolved into something far greater. That's right, it became a meme.
You gotta give him that Tuah, spit on that thing. You gotta give him that.
This clip had all the perfect ingredients to become a meme. For some reason, the internet just loves short clips of people saying funny things, and you combine that with her drunken southern accent, the fact that she's a cute cowgirl, whew, that For You page never stood a chance. For me personally, during the peak of this meme, one of my roommates was completely obsessed and wouldn't stop saying, Tuah, spit on that thing. Now, I'm not gonna name names, but I know you're watching and you know who you are. But there was like a 1-week gap between her becoming a meme and her becoming discovered. And I remember this because I was on TikTok during that week and it was a living hell. The whole For You page was just internet sleuths trying to figure out her real identity. Meanwhile, a million rumors were swirling around about how she was actually a school teacher or about how her father was actually a priest. It was a complete nightmare. I almost had to quit TikTok. But then, of course I realized I don't have that level of self-control and my attention span is but a helpless slave to corporate greed. But then suddenly, just like I had to tell the police when I smoked that old lady with my car, she just appeared out of nowhere.
I'm Haliey and I'm from Belfast, Tennessee. It's a little small area near Lewisburg.
So you suddenly get famous out of nowhere. What's your next move? Well, you hit the circuit, of course. And I ain't talking no Mario Kart either. I mean the podcast circuit.
I have someone that was harder to track down than Osama bin Laden. I have the Tuah girl, Haliey here.
Haliey. Nice to meet you.
Selassie.
Huge guest today. I'm so excited. We're all excited.
So because I hate myself, I ended up watching some of these podcasts, and oh my god, they are some of the most boring things ever. Like literally every single one of them is just like, so you used to work at a spring factory, now you're famous. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, you should start a podcast or something. Yeah, that's kinda why I'm here. But I don't really think it's Haliey's or the interviewer's fault that these podcasts are kind of boring, because these interviewers are used to interviewing famous people who've done a lot of notable things. So once they have to interview a self-proclaimed normal girl, once they get past all the Tuah stuff, there's not really that much material for them to work with, leading to weird clips like this one.
I mean, I would put, our greatest lyricists, people I'm sure you know very well, like Paul Simon and Billy Joel, I would put them...
No,
folks, if you're not watching this, if you're just listening, you're missing such good two shots with you.
But even if she did get her own podcast, what would it even be about? Just her up there giving dating advice, being like, y'all, if she don't Tuah, then you shouldn't talk Tuah. But the one thing about these podcasts that I do actually like is even though now she's friends with Zach Bryan and Shaq, she ain't never forgot her day ones. You know her little sidekick that was with her in the original video? Yeah, they're still running duos. Your girl is loyal to the soil, and that's just something you gotta respect. And that kind of brings me to the greater theme of this video. The more I looked into Haliey Welch, the more I realized I like her as a person, but not as a celebrity, if that makes any sense. For example, when she threw the first pitch at the Mets game, people were pretty mad about it, but the only reason she was there was to raise money for a dog charity. So yeah, she is famous for no reason, but at least she's making the most out of it. At the end of the day, she seems like a nice girl who's just playing the cards she was dealt. I think most people in her situation would have done the exact same thing. I mean, you'd be crazy to not try to capitalize off something like this. But it's notoriously hard to make a career out of being a living meme. Do you guys remember the Chick-fil-A girl?
No Chick-fil-A sauce?
No Chick-fil-A sauce.
How about the backpack kid? Sure, they got their 15 seconds of fame and probably made some good money on the side, but besides being a living meme, name one thing they did after fame. My point is, this isn't exactly a career known for its longevity. But whether intentional or not, she is using one of the best methods of staying relevant. I'm of course talking about drama, like how she apparently had Young Gravy sliding into her DMs and made a whole big deal out of it.
You said that you slid in her DMs and then you asked her out on a date. You know, is that true?
I did slide in her DMs. I wanted to show her some love. I think I invited her to a show. I don't believe I mentioned a date.
She said.
Yeah, I don't know if the guy notorious for rapping about MILFs is interested in you, Haliey. I'm pretty sure the only spittin' he's interested in is spittin' bars. But who's to say she can't keep this gravy train of a career going? I think a lot of people forget that Kim Kardashian's whole career was built off a sex tape. And with a Haliey Welch reality TV show reportedly in the works, who's to say she won't be the next Kim K? And I swear, if they don't name her show Hawk 2 show on that thing, that's a huge missed opportunity right there. Or, you know, who knows, maybe her 15 seconds of fame will expire and she'll become obscure like the rest of us. Now, I don't personally mind spitting, but I much prefer smashing. And before you even say it, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm obviously talking about smashing that like and subscribe button. God, what's wrong with you? But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Peace out. See you guys in the next one.